Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Junior.
And I might be an insomniac.
And we're
The Nerdy Bros. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the show. Do I not ever wear a hat this way? Because I keep hitting the mic with it, and I feel like I'm going to do it for the rest of the show.
I don't know.
I'm sorry.
I mean, you never not wearing a hoodie.
That's well. First of all, this is attached to my orange flannel. It's actually pretty cool. It's like on the inside. But yeah, I usually sometimes do wear a hoodie. It's cold down here, and we turned off the heater every time before we start the episode, and it gets colder as the episode goes on.
Yes, it's true. That's only because the room isn't soundproof. But hopefully, once all this gets done, then we won't have to do that anymore.
Well, maybe we'll do a tour of what this. No,
we don't. No, we won't do that. No, I'm not doing it.
Anyways, guys, welcome. This is a podcast about video games and anime, TV, and movies. Welcome back to the show, everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed last week's episode where we talked about cameos. Yeah, that's what we did.
Yeah, we did cameos.
I just wanted to make sure. I don't know.
Oh, I thought you were waiting for something.
No, I was. Maybe
confirmation.
Yeah, can someone tell me what's going on? Like, I haven't been getting much sleep at all. But yeah, last week's episode was fun. Before that was fun. The support we've been getting has been cool. I actually did have some people reach out to me on this week's question that usually I don't hear from. So that was nice. But we'll get to that towards the end of the show like we normally do. But as always, guys, because it's the beginning of the show, we like to do something here called Junior's Hot Take. And this is part of the episode where I talk to Junior and ask him about something new and upcoming, get his hot take, his hot opinion on it, see what's going on in that mind of his. And Junior, recently we got a new trailer for it. I know there was talks about it beforehand. The new Suicide Squad movie.
I haven't seen the new trailer yet.
You haven't seen the new trailer yet?
No. I mean, I've seen like one of the older trailers for it.
But not the new one.
But not the newest one, no.
Okay. What are your thoughts on it? I mean, give us what you thought about the
original,
the other one. Yeah, the other one.
I didn't like hate it. I know there was like a lot of people that didn't really like it. I did hear that like after the whole like release the Snyder Cut thing, which again was fantastic. If you haven't seen it, you need to watch it. That there's like another cut of the Suicide Squad that has like way more Jared Leto's Joker in it and other stuff. So maybe HBO will release that one too at some point. Who knows? I didn't hate it or anything like that. I mean, it wasn't by any means the best. Probably one of my favorite scenes was at the beginning with Ben Affleck's Batman. Like,
because that was the first time we got to see him, right?
Like the car chase. That was really cool. So, but yeah, this one is going to have like a lot more players in it and stuff. John Cena, Pete Davidson, Idris Elba, who's freaking awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, anything DC, you know, I'm a DC guy, so like anything DC, I'm down. I want to watch it, but yeah, I haven't seen the newest trailer for it, but yeah, I don't even really know the premise.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the premise on this one is. I think they're on an island. I don't know who the bad guy is, but
yeah, me neither.
The only returning member of the Suicide Squad, obviously besides Amanda Waller, who runs Task Force X, and Rick Flag, that's like runs Point, is Harley Quinn. I think everyone else is completely new. And this time we're getting a King Shark, and from the trailer, it looks kind of cool.
No, you said Captain Boomerang.
Oh, yeah, Captain Boomerang, too. Yeah. But everyone else is completely new. And I am actually kind of excited to see how Pete Davidson does in this role, just because I don't think I've ever seen him in anything kind of like action-packed.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, like you're saying in the first Suicide Squad, there's like a few people that like die like right away.
Well, I think it's Whiplash. Whiplash is like the sacrificial lamb. And I remember I told you in the, like, because we went to go see it in the theaters, and I was just like, I'm calling it right now. I think Whiplash is gonna die because they're gonna have to do some test run over, like, oh, I bet the microchips in our neck aren't actually gonna explode, and literally immediately his head blows up like as soon as they get out because he tries to escape. So
he's the one that's got like the
he's got like the ropes and stuff, and he like starts scaling a wall, and then head just boom blows up.
Yeah.
But speaking of that, Assault on Arkham, which is a Suicide Squad movie, and also Hell
Animated.
to Pay. Yeah. Those both animated DC movies are really good. So if you like the Suicide Squad and you like the original movie and you can't wait for this new one, go watch those if you haven't.
We saw the original one in a packed theater.
Yes.
I remember like we always get like pretty good seats, and we were like all the way in the back, all the way up at the
What
top.
movie did we watch where we went with like it was like 4 or 5 of us and we had to sit like in 2 separate rows but like right above each other
Yeah,
because
that was that one. Suicide
was it that
Squad.
one? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that was that one.
Yes.
So yeah, that was like the first time that I was like, whoa, we didn't get like really good seats, but yeah, like I was just like, this is a cool movie, so I was excited to be seeing it.
I'm a
but-
little sad not to be seeing Will Smith return as Floyd Lawton because I did like him as Deadshot.
I'm a
And
little bit distraught just to not be like in movie theaters.
that too. So I wonder if they'll mention what's going on with all the other members or if they escaped or they got out or something though.
Yeah,
I
I don't know what
rewatch it
happened.
before I see and it's only being released to HBO Max, right? It's not coming.
Well, I think it's like also going to like select theaters because that was the same thing that happened with the Snyder Cut.
Okay.
It was like HBO Max and select theaters, but because I think it's meant because remember when we watched it, it was in like that like 4:3 ratio where it wasn't like filling out the entire screen.
Yeah, yeah.
Or like six. Yeah, I think it's 4:3.
Some ratio. I don't know.
Yeah, because it was made for IMAX. So like I think the nearest IMAX to us is like in Chicago.
Oh my God, Chicago kicks ass.
Yeah. So I've never been to IMAX. Have you?
Isn't Hollywood Palms IMAX?
I don't know
It's
or
not.
think so.
It's not an IMAX theater?
I don't
Okay.
think so.
I thought it was, but no, then probably not. I have not.
All right.
Anyways, guys, so yeah, all right.
Suicide Squad. Yes.
Yeah, Suicide Squad. Moving things right along, guys. We enter into one of our fan favorite segments, which is known as
Anime is an important part of our culture.
And for this week, I do want to do a quick mention that Mugen Train, the Demon Slayer movie, is finally coming to America.
Disney Plus. Just
No, not Disney Plus. And we got tickets. Not what was it? I think the initial release date for a lot of people was going to be the weekend of like the 22nd and the 23rd. I couldn't get tickets that weekend because everything was completely sold out. But I did get tickets for my brothers and I, and then some friends for the following weekend. So I'm extremely excited to see that.
Oh, you invited more people? I didn't know that.
Well, it was actually like my buddy told me about the fact that he had just seen that there like tickets were being sold. So he bought he told me like if I wanted to go, how many like we should get, and I was like, well, my brothers have seen the series and they want to watch it, so like get 3 for us, and then you buy however many else that you want to invite. So he got 6. So it's gonna be us, my buddy Sean, who is a listener of the podcast, and then
Nice. What's up, Sean?
yeah, and then 2 of my other friends from work, Pedro and Izzy, who also have told me that they listen to the podcast sometimes on some long drives. So
Cool.
Thank you for that, guys. So yeah, I'm really excited for that. And then because it's April, I started Your Lie in April, and I'm hoping to finish it before the month ends. Who knows? Maybe we'll do a live stream on Instagram of me crying at the ending because I keep hearing it's sad. I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know.
Tito will go live on Instagram and cry.
Maybe
You heard
not.
it here first.
No,
folks.
I'm not sure. But anyways, Junior, I've been hearing that you've been watching a lot of anime lately.
Who told you that?
You did.
Oh, okay. All right. That's what I thought.
It
was me.
A little bird told me, and his name was you.
Yeah.
What have you been watching?
I have been watching a lot of anime. So I don't even know like how. Like I was just like on YouTube, like one, just how how you do.
On one
You just get
fateful
on
evening.
YouTube, and all of a sudden it's just like a little recommended video that's like, I don't even think it was like 10 anime or 15 anime. It was just like anime that are like so bloody, but that if they took out like the blood and gore and stuff, like they wouldn't be as good without that. Like it's needed.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, all right, I'm gonna watch this really quick and just see what's on there. And then I started making a list of some of the ones that I was like, I want to watch some of these, and so I did. I watched one which is borderline hentai. Like okay, here, like, it's not. There are some like explicit like sex scenes,
Mm-hmm.
but
That's like saying movies are like porns that have sex scenes and
Yeah.
nudity, which isn't true.
like
Yeah.
it's not. I mean, I think there's a version that you can watch that's like the like censored version where they took that out.
Mhm.
But like I think the movie is only like 55 minutes or something like that. So like if they take that out, it loses like maybe 2 or 3 minutes. But it really does, like, I mean, it's fucked up. So like it adds to it. Like it's like weird, but then it also, like, if when it gets taken out, it does take away from the story. Anyway, and that anime is called Kite. Like the one that you fly.
Yeah, the toy. Okay.
I won't really get into it too much, except for the fact that like a police detective adopts a little girl. Oh, I'm saying little girl. I think she's like 12 or 13. When her parents are found murdered, he adopts her. And then he like turns her into an assassin,
Oh.
and a bunch of shit happens. It's really cool.
Wait, a detective turns her
Yes,
into an assassin?
Yes,
Oh, okay.
he's a police officer. He's a police detective. So I watched that. Like I said, it is kind of graphic, like bloody, but like also like the sex scenes and stuff. So not for the faint of heart. And then I watched one called Ichi the Serial Killer. That's like a 45-minute little like movie, and like the name kind of gives it away. It's like about this guy named Ichi, and he's a high school kid, not killer. Well, he does become a killer, but it's kind of like he gets bullied a lot, and then he ends up like killing. He figures out that he gets turned on by this when they're dissecting frogs, and when he starts to cut into the frog, he gets a huge boner. And yeah, that one's also like pretty graphic. The deaths,
I definitely feel
the
like
deaths are
what you just
really
described.
really graphic too. He like kicks this dude's like jaw off like completely. Yeah, it's pretty fucked. But yeah, I watched that one, and I'm gonna watch a few other ones that I have. The Vampire D movies. There's two of them. One from like the 80s and then one that came out in like 2000. I've seen one before. I don't know if I've seen the other one, but I'm gonna watch both.
Okay.
And then I've been watching that.
All right, nice. For those of you that liked How Not to Summon a Demon Lord, season 2 just started. Also, we just got a new anime that just started up called Tokyo Revengers, which you mentioned that you thought you looked cool.
Yeah,
I saw a clip of it, I think, on TikTok. Apparently, I didn't know
it as a
about
commercial on YouTube.
I didn't know about this. There's like something called like Netflix Japan, which I'm assuming is Netflix over in Japan, but they probably get like a bunch of stuff over there that we don't get.
Yeah, there's like this. If you get a VPN for like your computer, you can trick your computer into thinking that you're somewhere else that you're not. So like you can have like Netflix Japan, Netflix Europe, and sometimes they get shit that we don't get, and vice versa. We get stuff that they don't get over there.
Yeah, well, they already had some of the Tokyo Revengers stuff out already. Like episode 1 barely came out. I think I think it was last week, like at the end of last week. So that one kind of gives me Erased vibes, which is, if you haven't watched, I would definitely recommend. It's a 12-episode anime. It's really good.
That's the one that you were saying, like, oh, there's a new anime and it gives me Erased vibes?
It gives me Erased vibes. Tokyo Revengers
Oh,
does.
shit. I didn't know that. I just, like, saw the clip and then I was like, oh, this looks cool. It's like a street gang in Japan.
So in Erased, the main character has this, it's not really an ability he controls, but randomly throughout his life, he like travels back in time. Usually, I think he says it's like no more than like 3 or 4 minutes, But essentially, when his like body does that, he realizes he's like, okay, I traveled back in time because something bad is about to happen, and I have to try and stop it.
But he like inhabits his own body. It's not like he
Yeah,
gets
yeah,
in a
yeah.
time machine and travels back.
No, yeah.
It's like
it's
his
just-
consciousness travels back in time.
yeah, and then like he ends up essentially like the premise is he ends up like something happens. I don't want to immediately give away, but then he ends up transporting all the way back in time to when he was like a 12-year-old.
Yeah.
And his like entire goal is saving this girl who got murdered by a serial killer back then. So, like I said, it's so good. I loved it. It's a 12-episode anime. But but the Tokyo Revengers now has the main character. Now it seems like he travels back in time with his own consciousness into his middle school like body, like when he was, a teenager, and he was kind of part of a like just middle school gang, just a bunch of hooligans and stuff.
Yeah, I just like saw a part where like they had like switchblades and they were fighting. I was like, oh shit, like this looks kind of cool.
Yeah, so this one seems like it's going to be, like I said, it just gives me a little bit of Erased vibes because there's time travel, and then obviously he's trying to change aspects of like the crappy future that he's living in. But I don't know. It looks really cool. It's probably definitely going to be way more action packed than Erased was. But yeah, I'm very excited to see where else it goes with this.
I figured out who the killer was and Erased within the first 2 episodes.
Okay, well, you don't gotta let people know how early they can figure it out. Just let them find out on their own.
All right. Anyway, segment over. So anyway, Tito, other than the animes that we've been watching, what have you been watching? What have you been doing, playing?
I beat Dragon Quest 11. The final, I must have just been way over level, but the final boss was like Muff Cabbage. Like I wasn't even remotely scared.
So explain that to me because I hear you say that all the time. Don't know what it means. Don't know where it came from.
Muff Cabbage?
Yes.
There's no explanation. It's just something dumb that me and my friends used to say when we were in high school playing video games, or just talking about anything. It's just a negative connotation of something being bad. It's just Muff Cabbage. I'm assuming it's something like dried out cabbage that's just gross. So it's just bad cabbage, Muff Cabbage.
Okay.
But
I think you're gonna want a clarification from whoever initially said that first.
that was probably Troy. I'll ask him. I'll shoot him a text and be like, "What's Muff Cabbage mean?" And maybe he'll have like a better description.
And you're gonna be like, "Shit, I should not have been saying that all these days."
But yeah, I beat that. I still want to go for the platinum on the game, which I still think looks very plausible. I looked it up and they said that there are no missable trophies, anything you can do post game, and there's also, it seems like, a lot of stuff that you could only do after the game gets beaten. So I feel like, yeah, I beat the final boss and I got to see the credits roll, but I think that there's like a post game final boss that I'm also going to get to fight, which is obviously going to be tougher. So I'm looking forward to that. We've been playing Monster Hunter Rise, and I've been having a lot of fun with that, even though it is very much kind of a hand-holding game, not like the earlier ones, which were much harder. But I'm not completely against that, at least with Monster Hunter, just because I've played so much of the other ones. I am happy to say that I have our Pokemon teams completed and ready for our Way of the Gym Leader Pokeathon whenever we finally all have a day to do it.
Maybe we'll record that and just put up highlights.
I mean, how would we do that? That's so much. We'd have to have
What do
like.
you mean? We just set up a camera and then we record it and then we'll. It's not like people. You're not gonna probably watch us. You won't see the screens of us playing, but you'll probably see us playing. And maybe there'll be like time lapse, and then we'll like maybe just throw in some clips where funny shit happens or funny things get said or whatever. I don't know. Just something I'm thinking about. I'm not saying we're gonna do it, and maybe I'll just like upload clips to Instagram or YouTube or whatever.
But we will definitely keep you guys posted on who ends up being the winner. I do think it's going to be a little bit of a challenge. I don't think it'll be just extremely easy. I was a little upset that you, Megan, and Brian all decided to just go one of the routes of like the starter types. But I am kind of happy with the poison team I picked out for myself.
Yeah, but like I had said, like you have played. You've played like every Pokemon game. I don't think I've played everyone because I haven't played Sword and Shield, and I haven't played like the
Sun and Moon.
yeah, or the OK Pikachu or
Let's Go
whatever.
Pikachu. Yeah, but you've played Red, Blue, and Yellow.
Yeah,
So if
yeah.
you played
But
one of
the
those,
thing
you've
is, like,
played Let's Go.
I've played a few of those games. Like maybe one, like I've played maybe like Red and Blue, or Yellow. Like I've played maybe I don't think I've played each of them, but I've played like Yellow and Blue maybe once a piece, maybe Yellow twice, and maybe one of the other ones like maybe one other time. But this isn't like your first Pokeathon.
No.
And I'm sure that you've probably done a Silver or a Soul Silver before with your friends.
Yes, I've done.
So that's why
yeah.
I was going to say that's why I think that us going with like a normal, like a, fire, water, and grass, and you're like picking poison, because it also makes it a little bit harder. I think it's a little bit more of a challenge for you. Because let's be honest, you're like, I'll let you know who wins. It's probably going to be you.
Well, but I'm like, you guys are getting a pretty big like handicap though, like with me, because the way we're doing it is you guys get to start the game and then make it to a point where I can trade you guys your entire teams. And then I already told, I think it was Brian, I have to trade Brian my entire team from the game that I have saved that has all the Pokemon on it. And then after I've traded all the teams, then I have to start the game over. And first I have to catch up to you guys, then get my team traded back. So you guys are going to have a huge head start on me.
I don't know about a huge. What do you think? Maybe we'll have like an hour and a half.
It's either after the second badge or it's in the town with the second badge that you can trade your Pokemon. Either way, I'm gonna be like waiting till you guys are ready to do that. Obviously.
Well,
and
all you really have to do is wait for Brian.
Yes, that is
there.
true. Yes.
So if Brian gets there before any of us, also if Brian takes longer than me and Megan, then you're waiting on Brian.
Yeah. Well, yes, yeah. Well, it's just I'll leave it like that again, just because I feel like, and I just feel like Brian will have like maybe just a little bit more of an edge, just because he's played a lot of the Pokemon games too. But well, it'll test obviously your Pokemon knowledge and what you remember. It's not that hard anymore. The newer games weren't as difficult as like they were in the original ones, where you kind of had to find like what you needed to do to move ahead.
Well, yeah, but this is Gen 2, so it's still in the early.
Yeah, but it's the Gen 2 remake though.
That's true.
So we'll see. But I don't know. I'm excited for it. I can't wait till we have the time to do that. I wish there was always more time, but besides gaming, I've talked about the anime that I watched. I've watched close to maybe like another season of Shameless in some spare time I had. But beyond that, I have been working a lot.
But no Jojo Rabbit. Notice how he said he's watched Shameless, but no Jojo Rabbit. Or no Jojo Rabbit. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
I'm like...
Jojo Rabbit is a fantastic movie.
Yeah. I'm like 4 episodes away, I think, from finishing season 3. Like, I'm about to finish it. But again, it's always the same thing. Every time I decide that I want to watch it, it's like right before I'm about to go to sleep, and I maybe get through either half an episode or I make it through a full one. Most of the time, I end up like having to rewatch an episode because I'm like, I didn't finish
3
this.
times.
I fell asleep during this. So there's that. I have a lot of stuff just queued up. I need something that keeps my eyes just open, and then just 24 hours to just binge watch all of the anime I need to. I know probably James is still disappointed that I haven't started S Cryad either.
Yeah, I'm still just in the first 5 episodes of S Cryad. Like I said, I've been watching other anime. Well, I've been watching a lot of anime, like I said. I don't think I've watched any movies. Today I watched a documentary. I watched a Robin Williams documentary about his life, because Robin Williams was probably the best comedian alive. So I watched a documentary on him. They had like a bunch of super, super funny clips of things that I hadn't seen from like when he first started, like back in the late 60s and like early 70s and stuff. But yeah, other than that, playing Monster Hunter Rise, like Tito said. Actually, technically, I beat the game because the
Yes.
credits rolled, but then there's like keep going. So like there's more monsters, and I think it's just monsters that we've already like beat in other Monster Hunter games. But yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with that. Like Tito said, it's like really it did get easier. I mean, it got easier in Monster Hunter World on PS4. Like the fact that like you didn't know like how to combine items. Like you would just see like it was use these two items and it's a mystery. You don't know what you're gonna get, and you would just combine shit to find out what it was. But now they have like the little check mark, so it's like every time you pick up a herb, if you have a blue mushroom on you, automatically makes it into a potion for you or whatever. So yeah, they like made it a little bit easier, but again, that started in Monster Hunter World for the PlayStation 4. I'm having a lot of fun with it though. Um, but we just have to wait for Brian so that we can get back onto doing the guild hall missions where all three of us are playing together. Other than that, I'm still playing Final Fantasy VII, although I haven't jumped back into it.
Touched it, yeah, in a while.
Yeah. I'm still waiting for some time to start the It Takes Two. We did like the opening, and then we like right away Meg was like, yeah, I'm gonna fall asleep, so then we like stopped. Other than that, I haven't really watched like any. Oh, I finished Amphibia.
Oh yeah, you just did that today.
Yeah,
right?
I just finished that today. That show that's on Disney.
And you said you wanted to start the Owl House now?
Yeah, there's that one, and then I think there was another one. Is the Owl House the one that looks like there's like a witch that has like fangs or something like that? She's a vampire?
Yes. Well,
Yeah.
she's not a vampire, but she's a witch,
Yeah.
yes.
There's like that one, and I think there was one on Netflix that I thought about also watching. But yeah, other than that, haven't really been watching anything else. Yeah, that's pretty much it. But anyway, speaking about video games and movies and TV and all the other junk, Tito, I
Me.
decided that we haven't played a game in a while.
We haven't.
So I devised in my office notebook that I got for like $1 from Target because there was no price on it.
Handy dandy notebook.
My handy dandy notebook, aka Blue's Clues.
Clues.
Clues. I devised a little game. So
I'm ready. I'm excited. I are excited.
we have played this before.
We have? Okay.
So
less excited. No,
if you remember back on one of the Halloween episodes, we did a mashup game where I mashed up video games and movies, but it was horror. So it was horror movies and horror video games. And you had to try to come up with the title of that mashup.
Yes, I do remember.
So we're playing that again, except this time I just opened it up to like any video games and any movies or whatever that I could think of.
Okay.
So
Okay, I'm interested.
for those of you who haven't listened to that episode and aren't familiar with this, basically the titles of the video game or the movie have to have a word in common that will lead into the other title. And I'm gonna give a description of both, and then Tito has to guess what the game and the video game, the game and the movie are. So Tito, without further ado, let us begin.
I'm ready.
No, you ain't. All right, Tito, ready?
Yes.
Here we go.
Maybe so. I don't know.
Number 1.
Nice to meet you, number 1.
I'm number 2. Oh, by the way, like, feel free to totally play along at home. So I'm gonna, Tito, if you would just pause a little bit before you answer to give the audience back at home a chance to pause and maybe try to guess before you can get the answer or whatever.
Yeah, but then what if they say that they got it before me?
It doesn't matter because
It matters to me.
they would always be able to pause it and say they got it. Technically, you got it before them too, because guess what? We're recording this right now, and they're gonna listen to it after you've already got the answers.
But
You
yeah,
always will win.
if you guys do better than I do, reach out, let us know.
All right, Tito. Here is the first one. Shaggy is invited to get rid of the paranormal in a house situated in feudal Japan surrounded by Mongols.
All right, so this is Ghost of Tsushima. Is a video game,
Okay.
and yeah, are we talking about the singer Shaggy or Shaggy from Scooby Doo?
Shaggy from Scooby-Doo.
Okay, I needed the clarification. Is it Scooby Doo and the Witch's Ghost of Tsushima?
No. No.
Oh, no.
But you
No?
know what? I didn't think about that.
Okay.
But no.
Okay.
Damn, I should have done that one. That's a good one. But no, that's not the one.
Okay. Well, there's no like standalone Shaggy film, so it has
No,
to.
no. Yeah. It's just it's the actor. I just used Shaggy because I figured that would be easier than me being like Matthew Lillard. You're like, who's that? And then I'm like trying to explain it to you.
Oh.
Then because I would have just said it's Shaggy from Scooby Doo. That's why I said it was Shaggy.
Was I close to the title or?
I mean, no.
No.
I mean, like,
I mean, no.
No. I mean, again, I think yours is better than what I ended up using, but
Oh. Did I get the ending right? Ghost of Tsushima?
well, yeah, you got the
Okay.
video game.
Yeah, okay. So that means that something leads into that.
Right. So the word that leads into it is
Ghost,
right.
but it's not in the witch's ghost.
No.
So
But again, that would have been a good one. I fucked up. Should have used that one.
God, but I'm trying to was it
Shaggy is invited to get rid of the paranormal in a house situated in feudal Japan, surrounded by Mongols.
When does Shaggy get invited to do anything?
Well, it's not Shaggy. It's the actor.
Okay, that's what you're telling me.
I'm saying.
It's 13 Ghosts of Tsushima.
Yes. Yes, Tito.
Okay.
13 Ghosts of
So
Tsushima.
okay. That's how you said you could have said Matthew Lillard.
Yes, but then you're going to be like, who's that? Then I would have been like, Shaggy from Scooby-Doo.
No.
That's why I just put Shaggy.
Okay. All right. There we go.
You got it. Although, like I said, yours is better.
Okay.
I'm like, damn it. Why the fuck didn't I think of that? You know how many times I've seen that fucking movie over the past like 2 years? All right. Number 2. I love number 2. I don't know why.
Callback. Nailed it.
Yeah, got it. All right. Not only does Mark Wahlberg have to deal with the worst oil spill in America, but also mech dinosaurs.
Mech dinosaurs.
Mechanical dinosaurs.
Yeah, I got that. I got that part. Okay.
I just realized that these could both be the movies, and it's not. The first one is a movie. The first part is the movie.
Wait, why would you? Mark Wahlberg hasn't been in any video games. Why would you think that? I feel like so. I don't think I'm gonna get this one, but I feel like I know that I've seen a movie that because he works on an oil rig.
Yes.
That this happens, but I actually don't know.
Well, you might. It depends on if you get the video
I get
game.
the video game. Mech dinosaurs. Robo dinos. No.
No, but the reason I said like
it's okay. So it's Horizon Zero Dawn.
correct.
So bring me the Horizon Zero Dawn, right?
No.
That we're doing bands and video games.
No, but see the part that I was like, oh wait, Mark Wahlberg was the Age of Extinction, which was mech dinosaurs.
Yeah, but okay.
That's why I was like, shit. I just realized that he's in 2 movies, and one of them is the one that I'm referring to, and the other one is not what I'm referring to.
Mm-hmm. All right. So.
All right. Think about the movie because you basically know the movie.
Like, yeah. Now I know how it ends.
Mm-hmm.
But I need to know the title and at what point it intersects. So clearly, Horizon is in the title.
Yep.
Is it over the horizon?
No. Think about what the movie is.
Spill on the horizon?
No. But where is the spill?
Ocean,
Okay. So it's out there. What is the ocean?
water,
Okay. What kind of water?
salt water,
No. Like,
seawater,
no.
blue water.
No. It's
Shallow,
No.
deep,
No.
deep,
Yes.
deep horizon. Zero
No,
Dawn?
you asshole.
Deep ocean.
No. What kind? I thought you had it.
Oh, deep sea.
Nope.
Oh,
Deep sea diving. Deep sea diving Horizon Zero Dawn. It's not that.
now I'm just thinking.
I said, what is the ocean? And then you got,
Deep,
yeah. What is the ocean?
deep water.
Yeah.
Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yes. Deep Water Horizon Zero Dawn.
Is that what the movie was
Yeah,
called?
it's called Deep Water Horizon.
Oh,
Yeah.
Deep Blue Sea. That was a good one.
A shark ate me. A fucking shark ate me.
Oh, Dave Chappelle. Okay.
All right. Number 3. When a man loves a woman.
When a man. What was the song you've been singing recently in the house?
Oh, shit.
You kept singing
Yeah, I know.
it yesterday.
Something about a woman, though.
More than a woman.
Yeah. More than a woman. More than a woman to me.
Oh,
All right. Anyway. When a man kills a god, he becomes a god who is partnered with Jonah Hill. Wait, hold on. I fucking fucked all that up. All right, here we go. I should have scribbled that first part out.
oh.
Killing a god isn't easy, but partnered with gun-running Jonah Hill sure does help.
Okay.
But I'm glad I said the first part because otherwise we wouldn't have sung When a Man Loves a Woman. So, killing a god isn't easy, but partnered with gun-running Jonah Hill sure does help.
God of War dogs.
Yes,
Yeah,
Tito. God of War dogs.
yeah.
I'm proud of you.
That just sounds like a spin-off to God of War, and it's just like Kratos' dogs just wreaking
God
mayhem.
of War dogs. You know what's coming out soon? The Bad Batch. We didn't talk about that, but that's what that reminds me of. Kratos just has an army of guys that just worked under him, and they're called his war dogs.
Oh, the Bad Batch. That's the clone troopers, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That's coming out soon. That is one that I'm actually excited about. Anyway, number 4. Prehistoric man must fight off other men to protect his tribe, domesticate animals, while figuring out whether or not Edward Norton is a psycho or not.
Whether or not Edward Norton is a psycho.
Yes.
So the second part is a movie.
Mm-hmm.
Except I don't know if I know a film where Edward Norton is a psycho. But prehistoric man.
Mm-hmm.
What is that? Far Cry Primal?
Yes.
Far Cry Primal Fear?
Yes. Have you seen Primal Fear?
No, I have not.
Dude, so good. You should watch that. That's not your movie.
That's how it.
That's not your movie, but that's a good movie. That's a great movie.
That's a great movie. All right, cool.
All right, good
cool.
job, Tito.
All right.
Number 5. Estranged husband and wife must work together to help Sandra Bullock decide whether or not to quit her job.
It Takes Two. Sandra Bullock has a job. So that means so Two Something is the movie that Sandra Bullock was in then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It Takes Two to Tango.
No. What did I say?
What?
What did I say?
She's trying to lose her job. Or she no.
No, she's trying to lose her job.
I mean-
she just walks in and tells her. She just walks in and tells her boss, "Fuck you."
I want to lose my job.
There you go. You lost your job.
Oh, she's trying to keep her job.
No,
No.
that's not what I said. I said to help Sandra Bullock decide whether or not to quit her job.
Ah, yes.
She's trying to keep her job, so she doesn't tell her boss to fuck off.
She's undecided. So it takes 2.5 men.
No,
No. Just kidding.
that was something that crossed my mind, but I was like, no, 'cause I'm not doing a TV show.
Yeah. Too many albino. I don't.
Listen, the key words: decide whether or not to quit her job.
I don't know. I don't know if I know the movie.
It doesn't. I mean, it doesn't necessarily matter. That
I
you
know
the
sometimes you
movie.
say it doesn't necessarily matter, but like
Okay, what's the name of the game?
it takes 2
Okay, and I said whether or not to quit her job.
to quit or not to quit,
Yeah, when you quit your job, there's something.
to resign,
No,
to take a leave of absence,
no,
to retire.
no.
Oh, I thought that would have been it. To leave.
It takes 2. Remember that they have to lead in.
Yeah.
So the word that leads in is
2.
so yeah. So it takes 2, meaning TWO, and you're saying to retire. That would be TO, not the same thing.
It takes 2 jobs.
No.
It takes
The
2.
key word is quit.
It takes 2 to quit.
No.
It takes.
What do you do when you quit?
What else is it to do?
You tell
besides
your
quit?
boss to fuck off.
Yeah.
No, what are you supposed to do when you quit a job?
It takes 2 weeks notice.
Yes.
Okay, there you go.
The movie's called 2 Weeks Notice.
Oh yeah, I've never
It
heard
takes
of that.
2 weeks notice. To be fair, I've never seen it either.
Oh, okay. Damn it.
The common denominator here is I've played all of these video games.
Oh, okay. Solid.
All right, number 6. God, I hope.
How
this
many?
one's
How many
easier.
did you make this time around?
I only did 9 because I
Okay,
could only
okay.
think of 9.
Okay, I think that's just about the same amount you did last
I
time
think I
too.
did 10 or 11 in the last one. All right, anyway, number 6. Sean Bean dies yet again, this time from the plague. That is the time advancing rain, but don't worry, you have a baby.
Okay. So Death Stranding is the movie. Is it the video game? It's
I wish it was a movie.
Yeah.
It looks like a goddamn movie.
and Sean Bean dies again. Death. Death.
This movie I've actually seen.
Sean Bean. Now let me think of all the movies that he's died. I'm just thinking of Lord of the Rings and GoldenEye.
It's not either one of those.
Yes. He also dies in Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
That one's not it.
I put words in here that are like key words.
I get that, Junior. Sometimes they don't immediately fire off the receptors in my brain to help me win the game. Can you repeat the question?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's not a question.
Okay.
It's just a description. Sean Bean dies yet again, this time from the plague. That is the time advancing rain. But don't worry, you have a baby.
The Plague. The Plague Death Stranding.
No,
No.
but that is the key word.
Oh, the Plague. Hey, you are one funny kitty cat.
More than a woman.
More than a woman for
And while Tito's thinking, now we'll take a time for our sponsors.
I mean, we would if we had
Oh
any.
shit, we don't have any.
Oh,
Never
okay.
mind. Keep going. Hurry up, Tito.
I'm sorry.
And here's a word from our sponsors. We don't have any.
I already said Plague, Death Stranding, and that wasn't it, right?
Yeah, yes, you did say that.
I did say that.
See, I did say that.
What?
Another fucking gold member fucking reference. See, I did say that.
The Black Death Stranding.
Yes.
It is.
It's Black Death.
Ah.
Stranding. The Black Death is Plague.
Oh, it is. It is. Cool.
Good job, Tito. So, but you haven't seen that movie, Black
No,
Death?
I haven't seen Black Death.
I watched it on Netflix. It was a few years ago, so I don't know if it's still on there or not. And you know who I just, when I was looking it up, I was like, oh shit, this dude's in this movie. Eddie Redmayne, who's Newt Scamander.
Oh, okay, cool.
I was like, fuck, I didn't know. Like, again, Eddie Redmayne's been in like other movies, but now that like I've got him, because I'm a big like Harry Potter dude. So once I saw that, I was like, oh shit. The movie wasn't great, but it was pretty good.
Okay.
All right. Anyway, moving on. Number 7. People born with hearts on the wrong side, and the Ozunu clan is after Bayek. Will he be able to get revenge on his son's killers?
Ninja Assassin's Creed Origins.
Yes, Tito.
Ah.
What gave it away?
Well, the heart on the opposite side
Okay, good.
was the Ninja
good,
Assassin
good.
thing. But like I didn't know any of the because you mentioned what the main character from Assassin's Creed Origins name, right?
Yes.
And I didn't know his name. But like
When I got
Ninja Assassin, I was just like, it's gonna be one of the Assassin's Creed games.
Yes.
And you played Assassin's Creed Origins.
Yes.
It's the only one you played.
I figured like the heart thing would give it away, but I was also like, if I just do like the Ozunu clan, that's probably not going to help. And if I just like, it was kind of hard for me to think of like, how else could I describe this movie that will help you get to that, but not also just completely give it away. But I don't know. If you haven't seen that movie, super bloody, super cool. Not like the best, but
Yeah.
it's a cool movie.
It's just really cool ninja action.
Yeah. So if you haven't seen Ninja Assassins, it's dope. All right, Tito. Well, we're getting close. Last 2. Here we go. Don't fuck it up now.
I'm trying not to.
When his car gets stolen in a post-apocalyptic world, one man seeks revenge by playing a huge prank because he's going to move away. Too bad he doesn't.
Mad Max Keebler's Big Move.
Yes. That's such a good one. Mad Max Keeble's Big Move.
Just imagine the movie Max Keebler's Big Move. Now just put like death cars in it.
Dude, I'm so happy you got that one so fast. I was like scrolling through games I played. I was like, Mad Max, and then I was like, what the hell is with Max? And I couldn't like. There's a movie that's just called Max about a dog that I've actually seen, and then I was like, Max Keeble's Big Move. Oh my god! I was like, how
Max Keeble.
Yeah. Oh, dude. If
He's
you
got
haven't seen that-
fatitude. Little Romeo was in that movie.
Yeah, if you
With him,
haven't seen
yeah.
Max Keeble's Big Move, that was like from the 90s or was it 2000?
It might have been early 2000s.
Yeah, but yeah, basically this kid's like bullied in school. His name's Max Keeble, and it's a Disney movie, and his family tells him that they're moving away, so he decides to like pull this huge freaking prank and like prank all the bullies and just pull this huge prank at school so he can leave like his mark.
Yeah, and then like everyone like likes him and he gains like popularity. And then I just remember the commercial was like, "We're moving," and then stuff happens, and then he's just like, "We're not moving."
Yeah. Mad Max Keeble's big move. Oh god, that's awesome.
I also might have
hope
said
you're proud of
Keebler
me.
instead of Keeble.
Yeah, it's Keeb. Yeah, I hope you're proud of me for that one because I thought that was hilarious.
It was good. It was good.
All right, Tito, here's the last one.
Last one. All right, I've gotten them all.
Tom Hanks must solve the secrets of the church, all while hiding from vampires searching for blood.
That's just the Da Vinci Code vein.
Yes. That one was, damn it. That one was too easy. I wish you would have.
Yeah, you should have put that one a little bit like at the beginning.
Yeah.
Because, well, first of all, yeah, Tom Hanks just trying to do any type of mystery stuff just immediately makes me think of the Da Vinci Code.
Yeah.
Even before you mentioned the vampires, I was like, it's the Da Vinci Code vein.
Yeah.
You probably shouldn't have told me that it's all games that you've played because, I mean, I've pretty much watched you play all the games that you've played.
Yeah. Anyway, that was it. I can't literally off the cuff. I don't know if I could just think of one, but like, I was using video games that I've played.
Oh, but that was pretty
And,
cool. It was fun. It was
Movies.
So to do that, I did want to mention something that I meant to say earlier, but we kind of like zoomed past it real quick, and my brain paused for a second. I didn't say anything. When you were mentioning how during our anime segment, you were watching a video that said if this stuff was taken out, would the anime still be the same? And everyone agreed that it wouldn't be. Are there any like movies or TV shows, or even like maybe even video games? Yeah, also video games that you think that stuff was added that could be taken away that wouldn't do anything to the TV show, movie, or video game. And like I immediately, like when you were telling me you watched that list, I thought of something that was kind of funny. The God of War games were notorious for having sex mini games in them. Mm-hmm. And everyone, after the like in the second game when they found it, they're like, we're just like, oh, these are going to be in all of them. So I know a lot of people were always kind of trying to like look to see where the next one would be. They didn't do it in Ragnarok as far as I know, but on all the other ones there was one. But yeah, if they took that out of the God of War games would still be amazing. They wouldn't take away from anything of it. So, but can you think of any?
So like I was gonna say, there's a lot of people that think that having like gratuitous sex scenes or just nudity doesn't move the story forward. And in most cases, it doesn't. But I feel like there's some stuff that like that is showing like the relationship between. I guess you don't necessarily have to have nudity, but like with there being like a lovemaking scene, sometimes it does like show intimacy between two characters and how like their dynamic. And then also sometimes it is part of the story, like if there's cheating going on and stuff like that. And especially if you can see like with their like spouse, they're not as like outgoing and stuff as they are with whoever they're like cheating on with or whatever. Yeah. But like, I don't know. I guess one thing that I would say is songs in movies, like Disney movies. Like I remember fast forwarding, like not every single song in a Disney movie I'm like, this didn't need to be here. Like you could have done without this or whatever. Again, now going back and being like, they made the Mulan movie longer, no songs and whatever, and I was pissed. But like,
did you watch it yet?
No, I haven't. I'm going to. I swear to God, I'm going to.
Okay,
I haven't seen it yet.
Sure.
But like, that's one of those things where it's like, yeah, you don't need any of these songs to drive the story.
Yeah, but also, I mean, that one I feel like is almost kind of like it's a completely different story. The bad guy's not even Shan Yu.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying,
and
Disney
there's like some
movies in
magical
general,
witch in it now.
Yeah, well, I'm saying like songs in general don't drive the story forward. Sometimes they're just bangers.
Yeah,
and then other times it's just
for Disney. Well, like for Disney movies though, obviously the songs might not drive the story forward, but they're more so for like the target audience, which is kids.
Right.
I'm meaning more so like, yeah, you bring up a good point, but I meant more so like, movies that we know like well or stuff, just stuff that was like in a movie or in a TV show or a video game where you're just like, they could have just taken this out and
Well, there's like
nothing would have
scenes,
changed.
not like right off the top of my head, but there's definitely scenes in movies where you're like, what the fuck was this scene about? It was completely pointless to have this scene in this movie.
Which is funny because sometimes it's been a hot minute since I've ever watched any deleted scenes from any movie. But I remember like always like that being something that DVDs had, obviously that VHSs didn't, that it was like really cool as a special feature to see some of the deleted scenes and sometimes be like, oh man, I can't believe, they took this out of the movie, but they left this other thing in.
Yeah.
So
Well,
there was-
sometimes it moves stuff like we've watched like all the extended versions of like the Lord of the Rings movies, and like in the original cuts of like the Two Towers, that you don't have that entire exchange between Aragorn and Eowyn when she finds out that he's like 82 years old.
Yeah.
Or whatever. And like most people would be like, yeah, it doesn't really drive the story forward, but it's like, well, that's character. That's character development. That's like a whole thing about Aragorn. Otherwise, you just assume that he's just a regular human man, and he's not. He's like part of a like another race of man. So I don't know. Like, yeah, that's stuff that got taken out that I think should have been left in. But yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I know that there's definitely been times where I've seen movies and been like, what the fuck was this scene even about? Like, this scene could have just not been in this and it would have still been okay. But like right off the top of my head, I can't really think of any. But anyway, hope you guys were able to pause it, because I'm pretty sure that Tito didn't take a pause for some of those because he just fired them off because he was just so fast.
Yeah, I'm sorry. The gears in my head turn, and I know it.
But I hope you guys enjoyed that, and maybe you guys got some of them faster than Tito did. But
Maybe not. Maybe not.
Maybe not. I don't know. Let us know in the comments down below. Whatever. I don't know. DM us. But that's going to bring us to the last two segments of the podcast. And first, we're doing Tito's movie review. And of course, this is the part of the show where I asked Tito to watch a movie and I don't tell him anything about it. And then I ask him to review it. So, Tito, last week I told you to watch Straw Dogs and you watched it.
Yeah.
So, what did you think?
First thing.
First, I'm the realist.
No, I didn't see. I knew you were going to do that, but that's why I didn't finish it. I was going to say, first thing I was going to say was, when I was trying to find it, I typed in Straw Dolls, which is why I didn't find it.
Got you. Because I was like, what? I literally put it into YouTube and it came up. I'm like, how did you not find this? It was the first thing.
Yeah. So I watched it. At first, I think I was hopeful of what it was going to be. And then I don't know. Most of the movie, I just ended up being disinterested. Some of the acting to me was just a little cheesy.
Okay. So first of all, from the top, make it drop. That's a whap. First of all, there's a lot of singing going on in this episode. First of all, give a quick little synopsis like you're supposed to. Act like you've fucking done this before.
Why do I have to give the synopsis first? Let me just give like a piece and then I can say what happened. Let me do my own thing. I'm not a movie reviewer. I'm off the cuff. Nothing will hold me back. No,
There's a table here.
Yeah. I don't even know how to give like an ample synopsis. A married couple gets a house and they're trying to get their garage fixed up by some people who end up terrorizing the wife in multiple ways, in horrible effing ways. And then there's like a subplot of a child pervert who kills somebody and then they go looking for them. And then essentially the husband just has to stave off the intruders who are trying to grab the child pervert and do some good old fashioned street justice. And then I don't know. It's like a home invasion movie, which there have been, before. Like there's been some really good ones, like the Strangers, or even the original Purge is a home invasion movie. But no, I don't know. It was, yeah, like I said, the acting was just a little cheesy. I feel like at some points the like it's a linear movie, and yet at some points I feel like they jumped around to completely random scenes that didn't seem to work or function correctly. There's a scene where the husband and wife go to bed together all happy, and then immediately it's like the next day, and he's yelling at her because he wants to be left alone while he's doing work. And it was like, what? Like there was absolutely no setup for this, and you just left a scene where you guys were making love. I don't know. I didn't like it. I wasn't a fan.
All right, so what's your rating?
I'll give it a 4.
Okay. This is the second week in a row that you're off, and this time you're off by quite a bit. IMDb ranks this as at 7.5. And the husband, by the way, is none other than Dustin Hoffman, a.k.a. Captain Hook. But yes, basically, this is, well, first of all, you kind of miss like a big thing. He's an American. She's a Briton or British person. They get married. They're in Britain. So he's a foreigner in this land. And one of the guys that's fixing up the place is an ex-boyfriend of his wife. And they're newly married.
I thought it said they've been together for like 3 years though.
Well, I mean, been together for 3 years and married, and married for 3 years is two different things. Besides, 3 years still isn't really a super long time in the grand scheme of things, because she could have been dating that guy for like 10 years before they split up. I mean, you don't get like that in the in the story or whatever. But anyway, what I'm saying is like, yes, they're like a newly married couple, and they're in this house and they're trying to fix it up. And yeah, there's like some shit goes down with that like child molester guy, and I think he picks him up, but he doesn't know.
No, he doesn't pick him up. He hits him with his car because it's like foggy outside.
Oh, right. Yeah,
so
he's fighting with his wife,
he
right?
He feels bad.
Yes.
And
he's like, we're gonna call it.
I don't even think they're necessarily like fighting. I think he's just like trying. She's out of sorts after what she's been through, which is a lot. And
but he still doesn't know about it.
Yeah, he doesn't know. And I don't even think he ends up finding out either.
Yeah, no.
It doesn't, yeah. But yeah, it's super foggy outside, and he ends up running into him. So he feels bad, takes him home, and, tries to call, like, the doctor, the police, so someone can come, like, look at him because he hit him with his car. But, like, the wife is immediately like, dude, I don't want this guy in here. Nobody likes him because of, like, what everyone knows of him.
Yes.
And then, yeah, so he ends up.
Yeah, the wife's like, get him out. And then the people show up. And then he's like, I'm not going to let you guys get him. And then, like,
I would almost say
ensues.
that's exactly like the first Purge. That's what all those guys are trying to do.
They're trying to,
they're trying to get that homeless guy.
Yeah. Is he homeless?
I don't know. That's what they said. I'm pretty sure they call him like a homeless piece of trash.
I don't know. But yeah, then they won't let him in, and then he's got to fend everybody off or whatever.
Oh.
So again, you said you gave it a 4.
I gave it a 4. Yeah.
And then I brought up that I thought it was because of when it was made, because this movie is from 71, and you said that the Deer Hunter was made in like 73 or whatever the hell it was, and you like that movie. We're also talking about, okay, so Dustin Hoffman basically is the big draw, right? Like, he's like the real big actor. The Deer Hunter had like 3 big ass actors in it. I mean, one of them is like, could easily be called like one of the best actors of all time, Robert De Niro. So it's, it's a little bit hard because there's like, and Meryl Streep has also won like multiple Oscars,
and Christopher Walken too. I feel like to me, Christopher Walken kind of almost stole the show in the Deer Hunter.
But anyway, So what I was gonna say to you was, would you be surprised to know that there is actually a remake
Of the movie.
of this movie
See,
which I've seen?
I wouldn't be surprised just because I feel like someone saw it and was like, "This could be done better."
So again, it's also the times, like you got to realize, and I'm pretty sure that this is like a British movie because, like I said, Dustin Hoffman is the only American. Everybody else is British. So what we were doing over here in Hollywood might have been the same shit that they were willing to do over there in Great Britain. So maybe they didn't want to get like, as gory and bloody and all that
But that's
stuff.
that's not necessarily what I'm saying. There wasn't that. Like I said, just to me, some of the acting was just like super cheesy. Like it didn't seem like that. I could say like that genuine, almost like not like they knew they were in a movie and they were like god awful at it. It just, I don't know. It seemed too robotic at certain points.
So like I would say, like, I enjoyed it. I liked it. However, I had seen the remake first.
How
a long
recent
time
is
ago.
the remake though?
Recent.
Okay.
The husband is played by James Marsden.
Okay.
You know who that is?
No. Yeah, I mean yes, but like no.
He-
Wait. No. I was thinking of Jason Mraz. I was
Ja-
like, that's a
no.
singer, isn't it? It's like, no, that's
James Marsden is the husband of Lois Lane in Superman Returns.
not. Okay.
Obviously he's been in a whole
Yeah.
he's the prince in Enchanted, the
Yeah.
Disney movie. So yeah, so there you go, like pretty recent. But basically they flipped it. It's in the US. I don't think the husband's British. I think she's from the South, he's from the North. They buy a house in the South. She has an ex-boyfriend from the South. There's guys that are like also working on their roof and stuff. Fucked up shit happens. It's way bloodier in the new version. However, the new version actually has like a 4.5 rating. So, like, I watched the new one.
Like
and
out
I
of
was,
10?
Yeah. Like,
Okay.
I watched the new one and I was like, yeah, I liked it. But I think people were like, why did you fuck with it? The first one was already good. And then, so like, sometimes that's what I'm saying. Like, I just think that it was for the times. Like, like there's just some movies that you're like, don't. It doesn't need anything. Like, leave it alone. It was good when it came out. Again, I mean, like, Alfred Hitchcock did good with like suspense and horror and all that stuff, and there wasn't like like a lot of blood and all that stuff. Sometimes it was just camera angles, sound, and then just the fact that stuff didn't really exist back in that day. So like just the fact that it was a movie about a horror, or, a killer or a serial killer was enough to be like, oh, this is a horror movie. And then it's like, I mean, nowadays we'd be like, nah, this is like a suspense, or this is a thriller. It's not a horror movie. Now we're like, horror movie, that's, Freddy Krueger and Jason and Michael Myers and that kind of shit. But like I had heard that this movie was good. So when I had seen the remake first, and then people were like, I like looked into it and I was like, oh, this is a remake. And I was like, oh, Dustin Hoffman. I was like, shit, I'm gonna have to watch that someday.
Okay, but how close do you think the remake told the story of like the original?
Well, like I said,
You talked about a couple differences, but I mean, like, how close was it to like being like if they would have gone to Britain?
All the big points.
Okay.
Like all the big points were basically there, except for the
Okay.
fact that like they're in Britain and like they're both American as far as I remember.
Okay.
Because I think that even that movie came out in like 2014 or 15, maybe even a little bit earlier, 2011, something like that. So I haven't seen it in a few years. But maybe you'd watch that one and maybe you'd be like, yeah, I like this one better. I'd give this one like a 7 or whatever. And I'll be like, well, like, again, it might just be the times. Again, I'm also telling you to watch movies from like the 60s and 70s, and you might be like, dude, I don't want to watch any of this stuff or
Yeah, but
whatever.
again, like, we already went over the fact that the Deer Hunter did very well in
Right,
that book.
right.
So that's why.
But
I'm just
again,
saying, to me the acting wasn't that good. I didn't like it. I felt like some of the writing and the acting was just a little off for me. I did not enjoy it.
okay, and that's fine. Again, this was. I mean, remember I told you that I was going to give you basically movies that were like considered to be good.
Yeah.
So like, it's fine that you didn't like it, but it is considered to be
It wasn't fine to me. A movie lasted freaking damn near 2 hours.
Yeah, it was like an hour and 50 minutes.
It was an hour 57 minutes.
It says an hour and 53. Hour 53 on my count.
57.
But anyway, but yeah, I mean, like I agree with you. The wife was like super annoying, especially like at the end. But she just
you know what?
Got really repetitive at the end, and I just feel like they were just like, just do stuff.
The times were actually a lot different too, because I guarantee you, there's stuff that happened in the first movie that I don't think probably they also did in the remake.
No.
Yeah.
Like the hitting and stuff like that.
Yeah.
None of that shit was going on. But anyway, for this week, Tito, I am giving you the Grand Budapest Hotel.
Oh, okay.
And that's all I'm telling you.
I remember stuff like trailers for that.
All right. So, Tito, actually, since you said that you had some people reach out to you, I'm going to let you take it away, but I am going to read the question.
Me, yeah.
So, last week, the question of the week was, would you rather only be allowed to watch one anime for the rest of your life that ends on the day that you die, or be able to watch all the anime except for your favorite? Now, when I put it up on Instagram, I did open it up to one TV show for the rest of your life or all the TV shows, just in case some people were like, well, I don't really watch anime, but like I wanted to pose the question to, everybody. And Tito, you had said that you would watch all the anime, just not One Piece.
Yeah. So you definitely opened it up so that it could be any show, not just specifically anime. And I actually got two separate responses. One was from my buddy Timmy, who's it's just, I think that's just a giant. Is that like multiple underscores or just one?
I think it's two.
All right, so it's 2 underscores and then Tullet, Tullett. He said he would watch just The Office for sure. Like he'd be fine with just watching that forever.
Yes.
And not watching anything else.
I agree with you, Tim.
But then my buddy Joey, who's JWORR05 on Instagram, he actually said that he would have preferred watching all the other shows and then not watching his faves anymore. And I think you would like his answer because I told him that like the premise would essentially be that you would get a new episode for your favorite show every week for the rest of your life. And he was just like, but in there lies the problem with some shows that just run on too long and then eventually they try making certain things dramatic that weren't dramatic before, and then the show kind of ends up dying. So, and I think you touched base on that with sometimes, shows might run too long and then it stops being good. So, yeah. So Tim went one way and then Joey went the other way.
Yeah. I mean, I think, see, I have to agree with Tim because it's like, I love The Office. I've definitely watched that entire series like 5 or 6 times at this point, and I have the whole like box set on DVD. And what I'm really excited about is seeing all the bonus content that I've never been able to see before just by watching the show on Netflix. But I think it would be cool if they would have just kept going. And even, I don't know, even if we got to see like what like Jim and Pam's kids like grew up to be, they were like, by the time the show was, I was getting to the end of my life, like their kids were like in their 30s or 40s, like whatever, I would have still been like, cool. But yeah, I would definitely just like, I would watch just The Office forever.
But do you think you could stomach a new episode every week? You know what that just makes me think of? Just imagine like all of the characters just gradually getting older as you get older as well, and then you're just watching the same characters, but like would it be the same comedy? I feel like with some of them, well, think about it this way, like
So like that was different when we were talking about anime, because like in anime,
Yeah,
like they
yeah,
just
yeah.
don't age.
Yeah.
And like when we're talking about The Office, like they're also gonna be aging while we're watching this.
yeah,
We would have to be in like some fucking weird ass world where like they just don't age.
yeah, or they just recorded everything early on, so
Yeah,
you just have enough
exactly.
episodes for everything.
They just never stop making shows, and yeah.
Yeah. All right. But yeah, so thank you, Joey and Tim, for reaching out for that.
All right. And here is the question of the week. Tito, if you could have any show or movie remade right now, what would you want remade?
Any show or movie?
Yeah. You can give me one of each too if you want.
Oh, can we remake episode 9 from Star Wars and give it a better story?
Damn. He went there. That's a hot take, Tito.
Yeah. What was it?
That's so that's like so
No,
recent.
did you hear too that like they didn't even have anything set up for the fact
they
like
didn't have it.
they-
They
they-
basically came
yeah.
up with the Palpatine thing
yeah,
like
right
last
at the end.
minute.
Yeah. No, they should have been way better. Also, the finale of, if you haven't seen it, I'm sorry for spoiling it, but it was like you didn't even get like an awesome like lightsaber battle at the end against the big bad. It was she like grabbed a second lightsaber and just like,
They're about to do a pop of that, and it does look cool, the cross lightsabers.
well, like you did kind of get to see what like the like force ghosts of like a bunch of the other Jedi like behind her, right?
Yes.
I do remember that correctly. Yeah. So that was kind of cool, but I still would, I don't know.
There was all like the dark side ghosts though. Not
There were some of those too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there was like, what was like a giant,
it was like a stadium.
yeah, stadium of them too. So, but I don't know. Like, yeah, you did get to see Kylo fight off the Knights of Ren,
Which was badass.
It was badass, but I think it would have been cooler if they were the Knights of Ren, and that's Kylo Ren. So I think it would have also been cool if they just would have turned on the Sith and like helped him, and then there could have been like a cooler fight with like them versus a bunch of other,
Dude, I don't know.
like the Sith Guard fight at the end of episode 8 when it was Kylo and Rey versus all of them. That was amazing. I would have loved for maybe like a bigger version of that, but now it's like Rey, Kylo, who's now back as like Ben Solo, and then the Knights of Ren help them do that.
But tell me that all the ships showing up at the end
That was super badass.
does
that
not.
that gave
that's
me
like
chills.
Immense chills.
But that's why I said like a remake doesn't. I don't necessarily want everything thrown out, but I would love a better story. You could still give me that ending. That was awesome. But yeah, something a little better than what they ended up going with.
Damn, I thought you were gonna go with like, you know, like an older movie that you were like, I wish this. Like, I'm not even saying that it was bad. Just saying like you were like, I want them to remake this just because it was made in. You know, but I mean, we're in the age of remakes now.
Yeah.
So like, think about it. We're literally about to get a brand new Mortal Kombat.
Oh yeah.
When we loved the movies from the 90s, but we're like, yo, technology fucking way far advanced from where it was back then.
Yeah, I expect nothing but
yeah.
good things from the Mortal Kombat movie.
So that's what I thought. You were going to try to go with like something you're like, oh man, this movie was dope back then, but if they remade it now, man, that would be fucking awesome because of, you know, XYZ.
But like you said, we are in the age of remakes, so I don't think I can really like picture something that needs to be remade right now that would essentially make it like super duper way cooler. That like to
Well,
me,
like I don't think we needed Mortal Kombat remake.
First of all, yes we did. Because hopefully it does amazing and then we just get a bunch more.
Yeah, but again,
I don't
think
need
we didn't need
100
it.
Fast and the Furious movies, but give me 100 Mortal Kombat movies.
Yeah, I don't need any of those either. Honestly, that franchise is trash.
After Tokyo Drift, you guys should have just stopped.
Yeah, the franchise is trash. Yeah, just a random movie that just popped into my head that I know was one of your favorites. Um, Warriors of Virtue.
Um, I don't even know what a remake would look like. You know what? I feel like they would ruin it because they would probably mess with the kangaroos too much, and it would just end up looking weird.
Yeah.
Some stuff doesn't completely translate well with some of like what they can do with technology now. It might look okay, it might not. I don't know. Um,
I mean, we're getting like Blade remake, and the Blade movies were sweet.
that
Back
that
then.
one, yeah, that one just ends up being. I think I don't know much about because Blade's a Marvel character. For
Yeah,
those
yeah,
that
yeah.
don't know, I don't know much about his comic series though. So I don't know if the movies did like a good job of following kind of like the storylines that were in the comics, or if they always went like their own way. So if they didn't follow the comics, it would be cool to know that they're going to do it this time around because the action was super badass. I think the only thing at this point, like it's technically a remake, but just in the sense of it's a new Blade. Like I don't think they're actually remaking each movie, so it's like the
Right.
same story.
Right. All right.
But yeah,
Yeah. Well, anyway, I honestly was not thinking that you were gonna say Star Wars Episode 9.
I
That
was
came out like
talking.
2 years
I
ago.
think I was talking about it with some friends last week, so that's why I think it was still fresh in my mind.
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of people that weren't really happy with that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, even with those three movies in general.
Yeah, a lot of people are upset with them.
But anyways, guys, that's gonna be it for this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you would like to reach out to us and talk to us about, anything that we talked about in this episode, past episodes, whatever, you can hit Tito up on.
Twitter and Instagram at BanditoTito93. Send me a DM or just at me on Twitter, guys. Love to hear from you guys. Always open to any type of suggestions or any type of talk about any nerdy stuff that you guys want to talk about. What about you, Junior?
And you guys can send me a DM at pops.maniac on Instagram, as well as nerdy.bros.inc on Instagram. Like I said, reach out to us, answer the question of the week for a chance to get a shout out on the next episode of the podcast, or just talk to us about anything. Then, like we talked about last week, let us know if you guys are interested in possibly getting a Nerdy Bros Inc. T-shirt. So Tito and I know like if we should order a shit ton of shit or just a shit ton of shit. But
Yeah, guys, let us know.
yeah. But anyways, guys, thanks for listening or thanks for watching, and we'll catch you guys next week.
Hope to see you guys back. Okay, boy.